Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name's Alex. Today I have a topic that I want to talk about that bothers me a lot. I'm just going to be straight up about it. Feeding junk food to children. Okay, I first and foremost have a lot of friends that are moms that literally do the best they can every day. Sometimes single moms, or sometimes moms that just they are the person that stays at home with the kids all the time. So this is a hard one to talk about because I don't want to feel like I'm blaming any of them. You know, I mostly in that scope, like, we do take control over what we feed ourselves, which when we're parents, I'm not a parent or anything close, so I'll take that into consideration as well. But we feed our children what we are eating and what we believe we should be eating. But in the bigger scheme of things, our whole society is indoctrinated with this idea of of junk food being food. Like, I just don't think that, call it what it is, you know what I mean? Call it an industrial taste food like product, but don't call it food. It's not food. Food is something real. I mean, food is, and there is something to be said about not all processed food is bad, but these heavily processed, like, cereals and cupcakes and pastas, and these are so mind-bendingly like, it's a sin that we poison our kids at such a young age. We live in a society where there's such we teach a lot of fear and a lot of lack. There's a lot of lack of stuff. I don't have money, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not this skinny enough, I'm not this enough. And then, so we're already feeling so depleted in a lot of ways, and then we project that on each other, and then so there's this huge void in our lives that we fill with addictions, whether, in this case, it's food. Food is so easy to fill a void with because it's so socially acceptable to go into a drive-thru. Like, people really think going to the drive-thru and ordering French fries from Burger King and a soda and a burger, this is food. This is like just a common consensus where people think that it's food. It's not food. And when you're an adult, whatever, do your thing. I just think in a whole, like, I just get so frustrated and, like, bothered that we literally engineer food from scratch to market to children to get them as addicted as possible so their parents keep buying more. That sometimes keeps me up at night. That we live in a world where we put profit margins over human beings. And that's such a fundamental thing because, like, food is, we need that every day. We need to eat every single day. And, like, for just in that, like, breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacking in between and desserts, these are all not biologically necessary. These are all marketing. This has all been pushed by big companies. And it's, again, I don't even blame 100% the parents because it's like a generational thing. Like, a lot of these companies are considered heritage companies, which are companies that have been around for over 50 years. Like, I don't know how long Nabisco's been around, or Kellogg's, or all these companies have been around. McDonald's have been around for a while. Coca-Cola has been around for a while. And we're literally teaching kids at such a young age to be addicted. So we live in a society where we feel so like we're lacking so much, and at home and emotionally and spiritually and physically, and we fill this void, and we present people with all of these options to fill their void with. So, like, but at a young age, it's food. Like, I know so many people that won't even consider that food is something that's truly addicting. Not only that, but they don't, even though they want to, they're just stuck there and they don't really know how to get out. They have a weird aversion to food with fiber in it, or to, like, just in a preference, like serious aversion to stuff with fiber or anything that doesn't have, like, that's not, that's not breaded or fried or super sweet with a lot of butter in it or some sort of, like, a lot of oil. They just are so addicted to these foods. And in a world, y'all, where there's so much mental health issues, there's so much cancer, there's so much infertility issues, there's so many issues, an obesity epidemic, and we're wondering why. Like, we know why. We're poisoning ourselves from generationally, and we think it's okay. And we can let it continue to happen. And we feed it to children at schools, elementary schools. And we feed it to kids in middle schools, in high schools, in hospitals, in churches. This is crazy to me. I get so worked up because it's like, it's a sin. Speaking of church, you're going to poison humanity, dude? You're going to poison us at such a young age. Like, we don't even have a chance sometimes. Some of these kids, I've seen documentaries of these really obese kids, and they don't know what's wrong with them. They blame themselves. And the parents blame themselves. And we are just in a world where we're indoctrinated, and, like, not only indoctrinated through visuals on TV. We see people eating these things, like, on TV and in cartoons and on YouTube, and we think it's okay, so we, like, put that in our brain, like it's okay. And then we, in our world, and then in the hospitals, they feed this to patients. It blows my mind. And I cannot believe we have a medical industry that profits off of, it's like they're all tied together. Like, the medical industry does not push nutritional therapy for people to get better. And that could solve 80%, that's being generous, probably more, but 80% of the issues that we have, we can clear up the hospitals if we were educating and pushing people to eat better. And it's in our culture to not eat well. It's in our culture to be this way. So this just works me up. And I don't blame the parents, I blame the society. And then there's this force with the marketing and the medical industry and the educational system. They're all seem like they're working together to push these horrible poisonous foods on our kids and on our families in their hospital. And you just you get your colon taken out of your body in a surgery, and they give you, I've seen it with my eyes. Someone got part of their colon removed because they have IBS. So irritable bowel syndrome or irritable bowel disease or something, whatever. They had really bad inflammation in their intestines. They get taken out, and their first meal after is Coca-Cola and Cheez-Its. Yo, I feel like slamming my This is so messed up that we are not pushing this. It just makes me mad that humans are dying. I think we have an overpopulation issue. We're all sick. I believe that if we were eating well at a fundamental level, our mental health would be better, our physical health would be better, and we would be in a much better off state. We would be making decisions, we would be treating each other a little better, we'd be doing everything better. Call me crazy, but I don't think Kellogg's should be in our school. I don't think Hostess cupcakes should be in our schools. I don't think we should have sodas and vitamin water in our schools. Anyways, without getting into a huge rant, this is clearly something I'm very passionate about. I get there's a lot of circumstances for a lot of people. We have healthier choices. So it is harder, and in our world, they make it harder, but are you going to just lay back and let the system poison you? Or are we going to take control of our lives and take the extra steps to be better? And I guess fundamentally, you just got to agree with, like, if you even agree with me on any of that stuff, it's really, I just really think it's important. And where we're at, we're a mess. in humanity right now, societal wise, and we just need to clean things up because specifically dietarily, like we are not doing well, and that's a fundamental issue. Like I think that would create a ripple effect and heal a lot of things within our world. It won't cure every disease that ever existed, whatever. I'm just saying, like at a fundamental level, we should definitely. I think if we all applied nutritional therapy into our lives and have that awareness, it'll create this ripple effect. And eating better, it doesn't mean vegetarian or vegan or anything like that, or keto or anything. I'm just saying, like, going back to eating foods that are simpler, foods that are nutritionally dense, and there is not much of a supply for it, and it is expensive and all that, blah, 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 blah. But I think we should create systems that will make that happen and help us facilitate that and get that into our schools and get that into change things, y'all, because this is messed up. I cannot believe I get so sad when I see an obese kid, because I was there. I was a very obese kid, and my parents didn't know better. They didn't get it, and I blame myself for it as a kid, so it's just like I want to see us get better, and I really do think fundamentally at a core level, if we fix the food situation, I think it would ripple effect into other aspects of our lives. That's, I guess, my point, and I get really worked up about it, but that's really what I believe in. And yeah, I mean, anyways, thanks for listening, and eat an apple, will ya? There's a lot of ways of getting fresh produce and stuff in your life. That's a whole other video, but just in hopefully this helps someone if they resonate with this, or if it can shift a little bit of where you're at or whatever, or if you can just see that someone even agrees with you. Anyways, thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day. Sorry I get worked up, but I really believe in this. And yeah, have a good rest of your day, and be healthy, eat healthy, do the best you can. We are all doing the best we can, and it's a bigger issue than just one person feeding their kids food from a drive-thru. I definitely understand that.